13 to 9 on breakfast. Finding a job can be a challenging task. Even more so if you're looking at a town with a job drought. It's a fact, right? Some Kiwi towns have more jobs available than others. So you want to maximise your chances by looking in the right place. Luckily, the good people at Adzuna, an employment website, have looked into our labour force stats and they've come up with some interesting stats. CEO Raife Watson joins us this morning. Kia ora, good morning.
Morning, Jack.
We thought we'd run through the best places to find a job or the easiest places to find a job in New Zealand and some of the more difficult places this morning. And let's start off with the town that has the most jobs per person in New Zealand.
Yeah, sure. Well, the region is Otago. So,
Right.
and that's got the most jobs for 10 years now, and the same with Dunedin. So it's experiencing a boom. I know recently in the news has been about the plant closure for Cadbury's, but outside of that, construction's massive, so is IT, even education. So there's a lot of jobs happening there right now.
Do you include Queenstown in that?
I do, though speaking to some of our clients, some Labor people at one staff, they're saying the cost of living is quite high in Queenstown, so people are avoiding that. There are jobs there, but for the lower semi-skilled jobs, people are moving away from that.
See, that's the irony, isn't it? As Queenstown booms, and it really is booming at the moment, they actually need more and more of those people to come through and fill some of those less skilled jobs.
Yeah.
But those people can't afford to live in Queenstown because it's booming so much.
Perennial problem. Auckland the same, Wellington, etc. Yeah, so that's the problem. They'll have to move to the outskirts.
Yeah.
So
Well, I think Dunedin's a fantastic city. I'd live there in a heartbeat if I could. What about places where jobs are a little more scarce?
Well, the worst place, if you like, to find a job in New Zealand, with about 60 or 70 jobs only advertised that we can see, is Gisborne.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, they are the facts. So if you take up the labour force stats and then look at the amount of open jobs, it comes out to be Gisborne.
Any idea why that would be?
Well, I mean, you can go to economic theory in that the larger towns generate larger jobs, more people want to live there, and that just creates more jobs. Gisborne is, I guess, isolated, small. It just doesn't have that industry flow through.
And compared, I suppose, to the west coast of the central North Island and the likes of Taranaki, there isn't the oil and gas industry, perhaps.
True, that's right. There's not much supporting the jobs there.
Yeah. How did the main centres fare?
Oh, fantastic, really. Wellington better than Auckland. Again, it's up 10% year on year for the amount of jobs. I mean, the public service down there obviously carries that somewhat. But, I mean, there's big companies like Xero who just cannot find enough workers there. And same with retailers. Michael Hill Jeweller, they can't find enough qualified retail staff there. And Auckland, it's up about 5% year on year. Similar story, construction workers, IT, anything you want to find in Auckland, it's there. But cost of living is also a factor to take into account. If you're young, you might want to think about moving out of those city centres a little bit to get your first step.
That is interesting. Let's talk about that because there will be a lot of high school students watching us right now who are studying for exams at the moment, wondering about potential careers that they'll look into over the next few years. What is your advice for young people?
My advice is that university is not everything. It's great to be educated, and if you are that, think STEM. Everybody talks about STEM, science, technology, engineering, maths. Think about those courses. IT, data, massive. Healthcare will be the biggest hire across New Zealand in the next 20 years. So that doesn't mean doctors only, there's nurses, physios, occupational therapists, wards people, etc. So think about healthcare as being a big hire.
It's because of the ageing population.
Ageing population. We're all getting older, unfortunately. You look pretty good, Jack. And the other piece is, but it doesn't have to be university, vocational training, right? Construction boom is happening, so don't think, look, if you're not suited for university, you don't need to go. Think about vocational. There's trade staff will always be needed to build those hospitals.
That is such an interesting insight. Thank you so much for your time this morning, Ray.
Yeah,
really appreciate it.
A pleasure.
Raife Watson from Adzuna.
9 minutes.